Welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to talk about the strapless tack. As a maneuver, tack is always an upwind transition, so change to your riding direction where the nose of the board points towards the wind and the board actually stops for a split second. Let's go through the steps that can help us accomplish this trick. First, start with shooting out the bar on the approach and keep the kite flying towards 12 o'clock. At the same time, start carving your board upwind. Once the kite passes 12 o'clock, initiate the board rotation by tacking in your front leg, which should drive the nose of your board further upwind, and by pushing the back leg to extension at the same time, which is going to reinforce the board position. Now is the time to shit in your bar for extra lift from the kite and to rotate your body through back shoulder towards the new direction, keeping your back against the wind at all times. Last thing to do is swap in your feet and power dive your kite as soon after to ride away. There are some common mistakes that often happen when learning this move. Two major ones where we keep falling either forward or backward of our board. Since this maneuver is all about timing, this happens due to being too slow or too fast during specific moments of the tack. If you keep falling forward towards the original direction of your motion, that means your board movement is too fast and your kite movement is too slow. And if you fall in backwards, that means your kite movement is too fast in relation to the slow movement of your board. Additionally, what can happen is that you've got too much power that pulls you off your board, so you are shitting in your bar too much, or you are not having enough power that causes you to sink in, so you keep the bar shit out for too long. What helped me along my learning curve was recognizing my errors and trying to correct them. Many times throughout my attempts, I was falling forward, so I was too fast with my board and my kite movement was too slow. As you can see in the footage, I am quick with the board, doing something like forward shove it move. Due to that, I had to adjust my kite movement and make it a bit faster. Also, I realized that I can anticipate a bit longer with the board rotation and allow the kite to fly first around 11:30 or 12:30, depending on my original direction of motion. So I would fly it past 12 o'clock and then initiate the board, rather than trying to do it exactly when the kite was at 12 o'clock. And for me, that was the game changer. Because we do not see the kite during the strapless tack, at the beginning it may be difficult to say when the kite is above us, especially when there's already a lot going on with our body, legs and the board, and that takes some try and error. By purposely focusing on driving the kite a little bit past 12 o'clock onto the other side of the wind window, you may be able to achieve this trick also, so give it a try. Another thing that works for me is using smaller and faster kites, so anything between 5 to 8 square meters, and in general I very much like using smaller kites anyway, any day. That's been said, the strapless tack is not all about the speed. Actually, many people perform it quite slow. What can work for you is using a bigger kite, like a 12 meter or even larger, and that way it can all become a bit slower and more digestible, so to speak, for some riders. At the same time, a lighter wind can work for you better. The key points to remember to be able to do strapless tack or keep the kite moving, similar to any other transition which always requires motion. Also, to shit out the bar to help turning the board, reducing the speed, and to shit in soon after during the foot swap to stay on top of the board, since there is actually a short moment where the board stops before going to the new direction. The most important, be consistent, keep trying, and you're going to get there. As always, remember, be inspired, be creative and be active. I'll see you soon. On to the next one.